Welcome back to Hiking with Kathleen. This is the most exciting day that I can remember, well, probably the most exciting day in recent time. This is April 1st, 2023, and this is the day snakes are emerging from their hibernaculum. And I just came to realize that because the temperature today is about 10 degrees Celsius, and I have seen 1, 2, 3, about 5 garter snakes all in the same vicinity. So here's what happens. Snakes emerge on or about the same day so that they can find each other because they typically live solitarily. And this is how they find each other in order to find a mate. Stay with me, I'm going to show you some really cool close-up footage of garter snakes on the day they emerged for spring. You can see that the snakes are very sluggish. They're warming up their bodies, but they're not going too far. What I have seen on one occasion was where the snakes, on the day of their emergence from hibernation, would find each other and roll together in a ball, and that is how males and females, they would find each other, and insemination would take place in that fashion. I was looking in this area to see if there's any such evidence of that, and I wasn't lucky enough to see that. Oh my God, this is so exciting for me. I hope you find snakes to be fascinating as well. Imagine living life with no limbs, and they have adapted to doing just that with a jaw that can dislocate so it can swallow prey that are much larger than the size of its face. Garter snakes would eat things like frogs, fish, worms, so they're pretty cool. Garter snakes are harmless. They do have teeth. They have a row of teeth that align with the upper and lower mouth, and that allows them to grasp their prey so it doesn't get away. But if you look carefully at the pupil is round. Those snakes that use venom to paralyze their prey long enough that they can be swallowed, the pupils in poisonous snakes or venomous snakes are vertical. Garter snakes can bite, but a strategy they also use is they release liquid from their cloaca, which is the one opening they have for biological waste, and that is called musk. And what they do is they release musk so that it makes them smell offensive. And it does. It does smell offensive. Typically, predators or people put down a snake once the musk has been excreted. Okay, I want to point out how close together these snakes are so you can get an idea of why it was exciting. Once I found one, I quickly found, 2 or 3 others. So I think there's a total of 4. So I'm going to point over them. So there's one snake right here. There are 2 more that are here. Oh, there's another one here. So that's 4. And there's a 5th one. They're starting to move, so they have had a chance now. They've had a chance to do some warming up. We are expecting more rain, so I kind of have to keep an eye on that so I can leave the woodlot before that happens. But there are 5 within this very small area, which is why I believe they would have hibernated together, and now it's a matter of they needed to warm up because they're cold-blooded or ectotherms. They get their body heat from their external environment, and the sun being an important source of that. Unfortunately, in the summertime, you find that a lot of snakes are dead on the road, and that's because they're seeking the warmth that is being released by the heat of the pavement after it's been in the sun all day. So snakes will go onto the road in order to keep their body temperature to a certain level, and that facilitates things like digesting food they have caught. Or garter snakes are the kind of snake, there are a few of them, that appear to give live birth. So what that means is, once the female is impregnated and her eggs are fertilized, she doesn't lay them in a safe place. She carries them in the safest place possible. She carries them around inside. So when she's basking in the sun, that gives her eggs a leg up over other egg-bearing snakes that lay them on the ground, and predators can potentially find them. You find that a lot. It happens with snapping turtles, where their eggs are kind of ping pong ball shaped, and sometimes you'll find that there's the eggshells that have been dug up by things like maybe raccoons or foxes, things like that that are in the vicinity of where snapping turtles live, which is near water. Anyway, this has been a really exciting day for me, and I hope you feel that way too. Well, I'm back out here in the woods on a different morning. Yesterday was 10 degrees and it reached a high of 14 degrees the day that I saw the snakes. Today started off at about minus 11 degrees Celsius. The afternoon will get up to 4 degrees, but I don't expect I'm going to see any snakes on my travels today. I love the season when the herptiles become active, which would be reptiles and amphibians. But that's okay. I'm out here to see whatever other signs of nature I get to admire this morning. Thanks for joining me on today's episode of Hiking with Kathleen. I got a real kick out of seeing those common loons. I went out for a stroll and didn't expect to see anything in particular. So that's why I'm always surprised when I see some really cool birds, mammals, and even the snakes. Of course, I have to say, the snakes were my highlight, and that's just because I love reptiles and amphibians. So I hope you join me on next week's episode. See you Tuesday morning. Bye for now.